personality assessment. Okay, are you familiar with the Myers-Briggs test? It's kind of like a ripoff from like Jung archetypes, but it's going to really assess your personality very well. You'll get a better understanding of who you are as a person. Okay? Alright, let's begin your journey. So, let me just pull it up really quickly, very quickly. Okay, very good. Have you had this test done before? Yeah, but not by a professional? Those results were invalid then. But let's get you some valid results. First question, you regularly make new friends. Give it a little bit of time. No? Alright, I'm gonna put that one down. Alright. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. No? Okay, yeah. What was that? Dead inside. Dead completely. What do you mean by that? Yeah, like you have no soul and it's long been shattered within. Wow. Alright, that's like very INTJ vibes. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. Oh, disagree. Very interesting, very interesting. You haven't cried since your birth? Oh my god. Okay. I feel like that's a little unhealthy. Your eyes might get a little dried out. My goodness. Here, let me just open your eyes wide for me, please. Nice and wide. I'm gonna put a little water in your eyes. You need a little hydration. A little hydration in your eyes. There we go. Yeah. Let me just give it a good wipe. Just a little excess off your eyes. There we go. A little excess off your eyes. Very good. Alright. Next question. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. Oh, you don't plan. Okay, so disagree? Okay. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. You don't feel pressure ever. So I'm going to say agree. Okay, agree. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. You don't go to social events? I mean, like, you could consider grocery shopping a social event, kind of. I mean, you have to be around people. You gotta say, excuse me, you know, oopsie daisies. You know, when you go to the cashier, you just kind of have to be like, oh, guess it sucks to work here. You don't go grocery shopping? How do you eat? You hunt for your food? My goodness. Deer? I'm at a squirrel. You hunt and eat squirrels? I'm vegan. I don't appreciate that. At social events, so disagree. Okay. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. Disagree, you don't start projects. Okay. You are very sentimental. You don't care. Okay. All right, disagree. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I would consider one list to be, you know, using an organizing tool like schedules and lists. Oh, you're methodical about that one list. Oh, that's interesting. What was that? You like to keep your targets organized? Right, so I'm going to say agree. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. No? You don't make mistakes? Okay, so I'm going to disagree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. You wouldn't strike up a conversation with anyone? Okay, so disagree. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analyses of creative works. I see. Creation is only... I I see. I see. Creative works makes your stomach turn. You want to vomit, I imagine. I see. I see. Destruction is the only impure way. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're not into it. So disagree, I would imagine. All right. Interesting. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. I would consider apathy to be following your head. Okay. So I'm going to say agree. Give me such INTJ vibes. Oh my god. That's very like unicorn of you, like a very dark unicorn of you. You usually prefer to just do what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. You never feel like doing anything and you don't plan. That's a difficult thing then. I'm going to say agree, right? Well, I could stay neutral on that one, actually. I just forgot there's a neutral button. I feel like I have lung cancer. I feel like I think I swallowed some, like, black mold. It just popped out of nowhere, and now I think my lungs are, unfortunately, on their last legs. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Yeah? Okay. Very solid answer, then. We're back on track. You enjoy participating in group activities. No? Okay, yeah. Disagree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. Oh, I see. Yeah, you don't like reading books or watching movies. Okay, disagree? Okay, cool. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. You don't derive happiness from anything, let alone helping others or yourself. So, neutral. I'm going to put down neutral on that one. Neutral. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Disagree, right. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. You don't worry. Yeah. Stoic. Disagree. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. I see. You would never find yourself in a group. Okay. Disagree then. You are definitely not an artistic type of person. Okay. Alright, so agree, right. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings. Oh, that's an interesting way to read that. So you think that the world would be a better place if people weren't there. Oh, no. Oh. So neutral. I'm going to say neutral on that one. I'm going to say neutral. Neutral. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. You never relax or do chores. This is a little tricky now, isn't it? You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to neutral. Neutral. Yes, neutral. You enjoy watching people argue. No? Strongly disagree. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Agree then, wow. Your mood can change very quickly. Disagree. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. I see. You just don't have patience for people. I'm going to say agree to that one. I'm going to say agree, because technically it's just like one element of a bigger pie. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Disagree? Okay. Yeah, because there's like no last moment. Like there's no, yeah, obviously it's like you're not playing by anyone's rules, including your own. Right. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. It's trivial. All right. Disagree. Okay. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I knew that one too. I predicted that one. Disagree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. You would never discuss anything with anyone. Alrighty then. You become bored or lose interest when... I'm going to say agree, because once again, I feel like it's even better, my last saying, it's like an ingredient inside of a bigger pie. It's like a hole within a donut. All right, let's just wham agree on that one. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from yours. You don't empathize with anyone ever, even if they have the same exact life as you, because you don't even empathize with yourself. Oh, that's cold. Disagree, right? All right. You usually postpone finalizing decisions for as long as possible. It's like the other question, yes, disagree. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. So you rarely second guess the choices that you... What was that? Oh, you agree? Okay, yeah. It's like, why are you going to look back into the past? It doesn't exist anymore. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Long and exhausting week. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need after a long and exhausting week. I disagree, obviously, yeah. Okay. Okay. You enjoy going to art museums. The collection of others' works has no... Right. Disagree. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Now that's an interesting one. You don't even care to understand other people's feelings. So it's like you don't have a hard time understanding it. That's interesting. So I'm going to say disagree. I'm going to say disagree on that one. You like to have a to-do list for each day. What was that? I would consider that a to-do list. I would consider that a to-do list. I mean, so who's on your target list? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Patient therapist confidentiality. You like to have a to-do list for each day, so strongly agree. You rarely feel insecure. I see. There's no such thing as security, right? That's an interesting one. So would that mean that you are, like, insecure or so secure in the fact that there is no security? That's an interesting one. I'm gonna say the latter rather than the former. I'm gonna say agree. I'm gonna say agree on that one. You avoid making phone calls. Right, agree. You don't even have a phone. That's, wow. Like a landline? A Nokia? No? Wow. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. No. Oh. I predicted that one. Next. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiates... That one's going to be a no, right? Yeah. Okay. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Agree. Okay. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. No? Okay. That's nice. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Agree. Okay. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. Interesting. I apologize. I think that the lung cancer is currently spreading to my brain because I feel my brain itching with perhaps the black mold that was just inhaled randomly, spontaneously. I need to contact my brain real quick. I need to ask it if it has cancer. I'm telling it to report to human services or resources. I swear to God, if my brain has brain cancer, I'm going to feel so betrayed. You take great care not to make people look bad, even if it is completely their fault. That makes me concerned. That makes me very concerned. So, reputation-wise, you couldn't care less, obviously. But what you're saying is that you are going to massacre them to such a degree that they're going to look bad. So, I disagree. But this is really just talking about like a social reputation. So that's not how you're operating. And you wouldn't tell... Okay, well, I would say agree. I would say agree on that one. Because you wouldn't, like, attack their reputation socially. In fact, quite the opposite. Now people are concerned. So in reality, you just boosted their reputation in their social life. It's just that they're not going to be present to see it being boosted. Wow. Wow. That's so nice of you. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. You're very organized and consistent. Okay, agree then. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. No one thinks highly of you and you don't care. Okay, we're gonna have to discuss that in therapy. Let me just jot that down real quick, excuse me. What? Oh no, it's okay. I'm just gonna get this a little note. There we go. We're gonna have to discuss that real quick. When someone thinks, oh, we already answered that one. Disagree. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Agree. Yeah, of course. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Disagree. Very efficient of you. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Of course. Disagree. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. Disagree. You often feel overwhelmed. Disagree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Oh, agree. Okay, interesting. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. No? Okay, disagree. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Oh. You would never take what someone would consider an opportunity anyways. Huh. Well, but that's really a conditional question though, because it says if you thought someone else needed it more, that's the action, is that you're being like altruistic. But what you're saying is that you don't care about that person, so you wouldn't satisfy that condition, but the reasoning for it is because you wouldn't care about the opportunity. Oh, this is a tricky little catch-22. I'm gonna say neutral. I'm gonna say neutral on that one. That one's tricky. You struggle with deadlines. No? What? You struggle with dead bodies. Okay, give me one moment. I'm gonna note that down. That's for our next session. Don't worry, we're gonna have to talk about that one. If you want to. You could always just stare at me the entire time, as you usually do. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Nothing will ever work out for anyone ever. So I'm gonna say no. Disagree. Alright, let's see your results. Oh my god, I'm so excited. ISTJ. Assertive. Nice. I knew an ISTJ. They reminded me so much of you. Let's see. I like the way you do it. Right there. Alright, 86% introverted. Wow. 91% observant. Wow. 91. You like to observe a lot. Voyeur. Yeah. 65% thinking. Big brain up there. And 67% judging. Yeah. Who knows what you're judging? 83% assertive. I'm so proud of you. Alright, so now that we have your little personality profile, how are you feeling? Yeah. You feel great? You feel good? No? You don't feel? Ever? That's okay. That's okay. It is okay. Just gonna note that down real quick. Well, now that we know what your MBTI type is, we are on the path to recovery. We can now begin your personal healing identity journey. Now, your next appointment is next Friday. So, we're going to be discussing some of these notes. Okay? Yeah? Great. And, yeah. Is there any questions, concerns, or quandaries that you might have for me? You're good? No? You're not good? Okay. Alrighty then. Well, in that case, I can't wait to see you next time. I love catching up with you. Yeah. Okay. Call my next patient in for me, please. Thank you.